Hi, Eddie.
Oh, you're right.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
How's your meditation going?
Haven't really got around to it yet. Yeah, been a little bit busy for the meditation, but maybe I'll try and do some on the plane tomorrow.
That's probably the perfect time. Headphones in, world out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, maybe.
You've been very, very busy recently. What's been your favourite moment so far?
I've got to say, although the shows didn't play out the way that probably everyone hoped, the experience of Times Square and then straight to Riyadh for Canelo and that kind of thing was pretty wild. It wiped me out for a few days. Benn Eubank, very difficult to follow that as an occasion, as a spectacle. And even this on Saturday, and Justice Sunny today with Fabio Wardley,
I feel like you've just listed everything that you've done.
Pretty much, but I think that's just, I enjoy all of it, really. And you never know when a good night's going to come, a bad night's going to come, but you know that whatever happens, there'll be another one.
So no favourite moment, no moment where you thought...
Benn Eubank was, it was an unbelievable spectacle.
That was a special show. Yeah. I'm actually going to ask you a boxing question this time. Last time we just talked about you. One of the things that I've noticed from you, from Eubank, from Conor, any one of the teams, is every time they're asked the question about the rematch, there's this about it. Is it because I'm projecting, know deep down you can't beat what just happened, so you're like, we'll do the show because it's in the rematch clause, but there doesn't feel like there's we really want this. It feels almost like...
We want it. Conor is desperate to fight him again, he's massively handicapped in the fight up at 160, but it was a very close fight. It's an incredible fight. Maybe that is more from our side of, will Eubank actually do what he signed up for? And they'll play it's the weight's difficult, and it is, and I get it, and it's got to be safe for him. But at the same time, we signed up to 2 fights for a reason. The reason we took the first fight is because we had 2 fights. So that's what we expect to happen. I really don't get the narrative of, we don't need to see it again. It's like, what do you mean? It was one of the best fights I've ever seen. And some people, especially people who have got a little bit of a hidden agenda, it's like, nah, that one's done. It's like, well, what are you talking about? Whenever you see a great fight like that, the next fight's going to be unbelievable again. Conor's back active after being out of the ring 14 months. He'll be his second fight at 160. He would have learnt so much, and we believe he can win. So, yeah, we want the fight. But, if Eubank decides to go missing or retire or move up in weight, maybe it doesn't happen, but our expectations is that it happens at the end of September.
So is it more that it's kind of a self-preservation thing? There's no point getting excited about it until you're never sure.
No, but you should know. That's boxing, But when you sign a contract, you expect it to happen, and I do. I'm very confident it will happen.
Well, it'll be a great night. I think my opinion on it is that you will never be able to recreate that. There's nuances.
Maybe, but I still don't think that's a reason not to do it.
Oh no, it's just.
It's that just seems to be I don't know. That was so good. It was so amazing. Don't do it again. It's like, what? You do fights that were decent, you run them back, but you got this amazing fight, and the next one will be amazing, but what you're worried that it might not be as amazing.
That's exactly what they're worried about.
I don't know. I don't get that,
Well, it's you look at the Usyk Fury kind of things. Is also people get afraid that they.
Yeah, but the second fight, Usyk Fury, was still enthralling. Was it as good as Benn Eubank too? It's only going to be a war. Relax, let it happen.
We're here for Fisher Allen today, and you have a great relationship with both of the lads. So, do you ever find it hard when you're sitting in the middle of the two of them?
Because I'm trying to get. I know they're not really both like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were trying to get a rise out of them.
Come on, because I hear certain sound bites, and I'm like, it's my job to kind of get it out. And after a while, you just realise that these two are just 2 good blokes. They're going to do what they're going to do. And there's been a lot of talk lately about value for money. You saw with Canelo Skull and Haney and this kind of stuff. You haven't got to worry about these two. I know it's not world championship level, but maybe Benn Eubank wasn't elite world championship levels. It's still world class fighters, but it doesn't necessarily always have to be. It's just got to be a great fight, competitive, and these guys are going to give you value for money.
Absolutely. One final question. One of the things that I've been noticing the more that I'm on the circuit, the more I get to have a conversation with people, is that you get a split between the people who are respectful, like Fisher and Allen, where they know they're there to do a job, but they kind of appreciate. And then you get people who come in, and I know as a promoter, you quite like the drama, you like the clickbait and stuff. Where do you sit, honestly, not Eddie Hearn the promoter, but Eddie Hearn the person, about the kind of... Because for me, boxing's honest.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that they say isn't honest. It's to sell something which I feel sells the wrong message.
I think you really want them to be themselves and to showcase their real personality. Like, I think a lot of the time, and I know this for a fact, and I've never ever done it. Like, some promoters will say, they'll go to both sides and say, right, in the headset, like, you know, could you do this, or give him a push, or like. And I've actually been involved in shows before where people have come to me and gone, should we get a little bit going between the fighters, like in the head-to-head? I'm like, no, like, it's either going to happen or it's not. And just because, like, it's like with Dave and Johnny, there's no point trying to create something that's just not them, because then it becomes a little bit cringe as well.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it's just got, like, listen, sometimes you get a brash, loudmouth guy. I mean, Eubank Senior, that's not him. Like, when he started in boxing, he was nothing like that. That was a character that he created that he actually ended up morphing into over the years. And I know because he was in my household. And my dad was his right-hand man. But that was amazing what he created, and that was his persona in the end. So I just think, be yourself, and everyone's got different characters and personalities. Not everyone's got to be a loudmouth. A lot of people love Dave Allen. Do you know what I mean? And Johnny Fisher's the people's champ, and other people, you know. So yeah.
Real. Eddie.
All right.
A pleasure as always. Take care.